This ain't the show, nah, this ain't the scene, just a prelude to the in-between. Vaults in the shadows, screen says soon, like a ghost in the glow of a neon moon. NFTs in his pocket used to flex that wealth. Mickey and Marvel stacking them shelves, but now they dust, just a digital ghost. Vault's got a past, but tonight he's the host.
Starting soon, hold your breath. The clock ticks closer to digital death. Vault in the dark, you know the tune. Just wait for it, starting soon.
He sold a Coke NFT, thought it'd never go flat. Now it's worth less than a Subway rat. Universal dreams in a JPEG frame. Vault's fortune faded, but he's still in the game. Keyboard clicks, the chat's alive. The hype's building up like a beehive. This is the wait, the eerie calm before the chaos drops like a ticking bomb.
Starting soon, hold your breath. The clock ticks closer to digital death. Vault in the dark, you know the tune. Just wait for it, starting soon.
Shadow creeping, air feel dense. Room full of whispers, none make sense. Heartbeat echoes, the clocks tick slow. Vault cracks open, time to let it show. Specters lurking, cold in the chest. Ghostly voices, paranormally correct. Sips crawl upward, tension in the air. Baseline breathing, drums say beware. Paranormally correct, OG balls in effect. Pagey electric, beats resurrect. Panic groove, spirits connect. OG balls in effect. OG vault, always direct. Paranormally correct, OG balls in effect. Energy effect, beats resurrect. Panic groove, spirits connect. OG balls in effect. OG vault, always direct.
What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Let's go. I have no idea why that popped up. Oh, sorry. What's up, everybody? Happy Tuesday. Shout out to all the homies in the chat. Rob T first in the chat, as always. Poor Rob T's Hurricanes have to go up against my Indiana Hoosiers in the NCAA football championship this week. We're going to talk about it in the sports segment. But it's kind of silly that his best team, or his favorite team, has to go against my state. Although I'm not an IU fan personally. Ever since Bobby Knight, I did not like Bobby Knight. Shout out to Grandma's in the chat. Good to see you, Grandma. It's going to be interesting to see what Grandma thinks about all the stuff that's going on with politics right now. We're definitely going to dig into it. I got a lot of videos to show you guys. I want to get y'all's opinions. You know I'm going to give you my opinions. And we'll see what y'all think. Shout out to Staying the Man's in the building, buying silver and gold. Man, if you buy them early, I feel like it's already pumped, ain't it? Don't buy into the pump. That's what they say in crypto. I feel like it's already pumped. But then again, with the uncertainty, everything that's going on right now, that's probably the smart move. Even smarter than Bitcoin. No offense, Mr. BMW. Shout out to Bitcoin, and Bitcoin did pump today. I got the chart, a screenshot of the chart that I just grabbed like 30 minutes ago. It's up over 94K, not back up to 100K. But some altcoins are pumping too. Rob T's altcoins are pumping. He's making money over there. Now, we just started. You're not late at all. We're still on the first screen. Shout out to my man DDOC in the house. Ahoy, ahoy. Let's go. Happy Tuesday. We got lots of fun stuff to talk about. The paranormal topic today, I don't have any great videos. Well, I kind of do. I always wanted to talk about remote viewing because it's really, really interesting. But it's hard to find a video to show during a live stream about that topic. But I think I found one that you're going to like. Yeah, there it is. More narrow. I think if you remind me in the text section... I'll take my screen down and we'll pull it up, look at the chart, and I need to learn more about Monero. Rob T's been telling me to buy it forever. It's too late now. He already said it's already pumped. You don't want to buy into a pump. But now I know when Rob T gives me a coin to buy to pay better attention. Shout out to OG Tucson in the house. Let's go. Have you ever taken a corpse? That's Tucson for you. I don't know have I ever taken a corpse from the grave? Why would I do such a thing?
Stop it. Get some help.
No, I don't believe I have. Thing it says, will Iran be the 51st state? Man, Iran's gonna be like the 57th state. Man, we gotta get Greenland in there. We got Canada, Panama. We already got Venezuela. You saw the Wikipedia entry. Trump is now the president of Venezuela, apparently. He's got to wait in line. It's got a long way to go. No, of course, that's never going to be a cakewalk. We're going to talk about it when we get into politics. Actually, I don't have a lot about Iran. I got like one screenshot about it. But there's so much other stuff going on. It's hard to get everything in there. So let's jump right into it. Get into our paranormal topic. Like I said, we're going to talk about remote viewing. Do you guys know anything about remote viewing? Do you guys have any opinions on it already? We'll see if I can convince you that it's real. Because it's definitely something that the CIA and the FBI has used before. Remote viewing is considered, you can see like a definition here and a little bit of a diagram. It's the ability to perceive distant or hidden targets using consciousness alone. So it's kind of like, and you're going to see, the remote viewer tries to see something from somebody else's eyes, even though the person that they're seeing from necessarily doesn't know that they're looking. And that helps them kind of figure out where people are if they're lost. And it sounds like very paranormal, but there's a lot of science behind it. In fact, there was this CIA project that went on for over 20 years. It was called Stargate. You may have heard of it before. The U.S. Army was also involved. And they finally released a whole bunch of classified information. And there was some really crazy stuff in those papers. You can see the definitions they're using here. Shout out to Kryptoni in the house. What's up, Kryptoni? We just started, my man. Thanks for hanging out with us. This is the first topic, paranormal topic. We're getting into remote viewing. I've done some remote viewing, see? And it's weird, too, because when I looked it up, it was like they were saying anybody could do it. And I was watching some experiments where they were taking like people from the crowd and kind of teaching them how to do it and then testing them, and they were passing the tests. It's like, what's going on? Statue of David's. I saw BBRK talking about that drop over on Elmon X. It's been a while since I did an Elmon X drop, but those did look pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, it's got to be real, right? If they're using it at the CIA. I'm going to show you some more stuff about it. No, I have not heard anything about this. I missed that story. Let's do that whenever we get to the everything else topic, because I definitely will look it up. I'm interested. I don't know if you're going to be around that long, but at the end, I always do an everything else topic about anything that anybody wants to talk about. I always do a little update on my eBay sales, things like that. So that's something we could check out then. Here's another one of the papers that were released whenever they found out about this Stargate, and they did all the Freedom of Information Acts. And like I said, there's some crazy stuff in there, as you can see. Look it up sometime. You'll be surprised. And if you get really deep into it, you find out that all this information originally came from the Soviet Union and Czechoslovakia. Pretty wild, right? So there's these experiments that the Stanford Research Institute did. They did double-blind protocols. They used remote viewers to describe random geographic targets, and the results matched exceed chances at statistically significant levels. It was even published in Nature, which is like a highly reputable science magazine. So there is actually a lot of science behind it. There's this guy, Ingo. Let me get his full name. He's like the most famous remote viewer. His name is Ingo Swann. Back in 1973, he was able to remote view the rings that are around Jupiter and the giant storm on Jupiter. And he was able to draw a picture of the magnetic fields of Jupiter. But none of that stuff had been discovered yet. He remote viewed it all. So he ended up getting hired by the CIA and several other intelligence agencies. So you know that there's got to be something behind it. Like, how did he know that? So the CIA, well, a former CIA agent says that they still do these remote viewing programs, but they just changed the name of them. And this guy here, you may have seen him on some other podcasts before. He's a former CIA agent. His name is Andrew Bustamante. And he talks a little bit about remote viewing. And I kind of skipped ahead. It's going to be a short video. But at the end, he gives you an example of a remote viewing experience that he witnessed himself.
I did this investigative series with the History Channel. It's a show called Beyond Skinwalker Ranch. And we worked with remote viewers. And I will tell you full on, like straight up, the results that the remote viewers came up with were shocking. Just totally shocking. So I can tell you for sure that the outcomes of what they produce are shocking, like shockingly on target. What I can't speak to is how they get to those results. Is there some sort of corruption in the system? Is there some kind of flaw? Is there actual science behind it? Is it really working? I don't know how they got there, but it's fucking crazy when you see it and you're like, wait a second, that lady has never told anybody about this little 3-foot shadow creature, and she described it exactly the same way as these 5 remote viewers describe it and draw it on this piece of paper. Like, and where did these guys come from? Sweden, Germany, Switzerland, and Norway? They're like, she's where? In southern Colorado? Like, how does this even happen?
And that's a former CIA agent. And also, what's this 3-foot shadow creature they're talking about? That kind of blew my mind in itself, but it seems like there's a lot of evidence out there that this remote viewing thing is real. So, like, what is it? I have an experiment. I was looking up experiments that I could show you guys that would be kind of fast to show somebody doing it in the act, I guess. And a lot of them that I found they're hard to believe because they were so accurate. If I showed it to you, you would be like, they had to have cheated. That doesn't make any sense at all. So I had to find one from a really, really reputable source, and you could tell that it was real. And I found one from Vice News, if you know Vice News, and you could tell that they definitely tested this guy to find out if his remote viewing skills were real or not. And here, I'll show you how he did. I might have to pause this a couple times because I don't even monetize these, but they could take it down or give me a strike. We'll see. So I'm just pause it a couple times so I don't get taken down for playing somebody else's video. It is a Vice video. I think they do that a lot. But as you can tell, these people don't have any information about where they're going, and the guy has no information about where they're going either. He's going to try to look through this other random person, this volunteer's eyes, to find out if he's at one of these 3 locations.
3 distinct locations with recognizable landmarks were chosen and photographed. The 3 photos, along with written descriptions, were then placed into sealed envelopes. After a brief meeting with John, we traveled to one of the locations. Again, none of us have any idea where we're going.
The structure...
I don't know who the dude is with a motorcycle helmet on the entire time. Apparently that's like a host of Vice. I mean, I guess that was his style, and they were like, yeah, just do the whole show with the motorcycle helmet. I'm fast forwarding around here. This is like a 20-minute video. Like always, it's linked down in the description if you want to watch the whole thing. So I kind of fast forwarded the whole montage of him trying to figure out what it is that this other person is seeing at the time. So now we're going to get to the results because they had a really smart way of testing to see if he was acting. That's pretty freaking good. And this was just a double-blind test that they did kind of off the bat. He had no idea what was going on. They used some random kid as the person that he was remote viewing from, and he was able to get it so close that 3 of the 5 people had a 5 of 5 confidence and was correct, and the other person had 3 of 5 confidence. That's pretty impressive. I don't know. Well, so what is it? How do you do it? Is it a mental thing? Like Bitcoin BMW said, I've seen it too. It's been a while, but there is that movie with your boy in it, George Clooney, The Minute Sarah. Is that a true story though? I think it's true, but I don't know. You know how it is with movies. The whole thing ain't true. I don't think he really like made a goat explode. I forget what happens. This is apparently about the grave robbing that I have not heard about. I guess they caught somebody in the act, and he had over 100 body. But why? Is he selling parts? Like Planned Parenthood? Just kidding. Art Bell used to cover a lot of remote viewing. I'm not that old, Tucson. Major Drains or whatever is the remote viewing guys. I saw a few famous guys. I didn't see that name. There was like 2 or 3 of them that were really famous, but they were kind of old. I started grave robbing to pay for an abortion, but I got hooked on it. Are these the lyrics to a song? A heavy metal song? Yeah, so that was my research, my quick little overview of remote viewing. I have to say, I feel like it's real. I don't even know. I guess it's not paranormal. It'd have to be natural. But how do we have that natural ability? How do we tap into it? What can we use it for? Oh, okay. Got you. So it was a profit-making endeavor, I suppose. All right. So that's paranormal topic for this week, y'all. We got lots of politics to talk about today. So I kept the paranormal one kind of short. I do have something really cool I want to talk to you guys about on sports. Does anybody here watch soccer? Because we're going to get into soccer, you guys. I don't know much about soccer, but we're going to talk about it because this is a really cool topic when it comes to soccer. But first, like I said, the NCAA championship coming up this week, and it is Rob T's Miami Hurricanes versus my own Indiana Hoosiers, who apparently is the top team. I think they're ranked number 1. Let's see here. And they've just been having an amazing year. They beat Ohio State, upset Ohio State. Soccer is a sissy sport. That's how I always felt growing up because I was a football player. But like I said, this is a really good story about soccer. So yeah, it's going to be interesting for anybody who's watching. I guess if you're not in Indiana or Miami, maybe you don't care as much. I don't watch college football that much anymore. I'm big in the NBA these days. You got the NFL playoffs going on right now. Did y'all see the comeback by Chicago Bears? They were down by what? I forget. I think they were down by like 17 or something going into the fourth quarter. By like 3 scores, and they came back and won. It was wild. And then who was it that they were playing? The Packers almost threw a Hail Mary at the end and came back to their comeback and came back again and won, but he dropped the ball. Favored by 7.5. That might be a good bet. Not that game one is good. I think they were down 21. Is that what it was? Yeah, it was a huge comeback in the fourth quarter. Amazing. Shout out to all the Bears fans out there. All right, so do you guys know about Jerseybird? Have you ever heard of Jerseybird? So this is a topic I wanted to talk about in sports. Not a long topic or anything, but this is something I've been watching for the past couple months, and it's actually starting to get big. I don't think it's gotten big in America yet. This is their website, Jerseybird, and basically it's just a company that makes jerseys. Started back in 2019 in Nashville, Tennessee, and it's this dude who just made a bunch of jerseys for local basketball teams, but then he got signed a contract with the Philippines national football team, and he started getting into soccer sports. So he started making jerseys for all these different soccer teams. This is just some more information that you can get on their website. I got the website linked down below. But after he had made a little bit of money and got into soccer, he decided that he was going to purchase a 5th Division pro football club in Nairobi, Kenya, part of the Kenyan Premier League, right? So in February of 2025, he bought this team called Kahawa Pride Football Club. They were a 5th Division team. They're in that Kenyan Premier League, or he's trying to get to the Premier League. I think when you're 5th Division, it's not considered Premier League. You got to be 1st Division. I'm not a soccer guy. I don't know a lot about it. But actually, when he bought it, they got demoted down to 6th Division. Then he bought it, and then they got promoted back up to 5th Division only because one of the 5th Division teams dissolved. But he's been running this YouTube channel and keeping track of it the whole time. And what he does is he shows you like every single penny that he spent and how much revenue they've got so far. And like I said, they started in February, and he hasn't been profitable all the way up this whole time until November. And you can see he just released his financials from December, and now they're actually starting to be really profitable. His channel's starting to blow up on TikTok, and they're able to use that funds to, let's see, they bought a house for the players to stay at. They bought a pool table for him and a PlayStation, but now they're buying workout equipment. And he ended up going to Kenya and hosting the largest open trial in the history of the whole country, and that led to them signing 12 new players to the roster. And if you follow his YouTube channel, they have really, really good editing, and he just goes through, posts 2 or 3 videos a week and gives you all the updates on the team, shows you all the games they're playing. They played 2 games so far, official games. They tied on one that they were supposed to win, so they were upset about that. And then they won one that they were supposed to lose. Here's some highlights. This was just last Sunday. They were supposed to play a regular season game, but it ended up getting canceled, so they're playing a friendly against a team that was supposed to be really, really good, and they ended up smoking them. So this is a really fun channel to watch, to see them progress. It's going to be awesome if they end up going to like the 4th, what is it called? The 5th, let me see what's it called. I don't know much about soccer. 5th Division, so if they go up to 4th Division, then they go to 3rd Division, maybe they're able to go all the way up to the 1st Division. This is just some team that some dude in Tennessee bought. It's kind of wild. It's kind of wild to me. I've got all the links down in the description if you guys want to check it out. Put $1,000 on Miami, 7.5 point spread. That's probably not a bad idea. We got Alejandro in the house. What's up, Alejandro? We're about to get into the politics topic. It's about to get spicy. I'm surprised I don't have any hate watchers in here today because I've been all over Twitter talking about it. The Eagles had to fire their offensive coordinator. Some of their offensive staffs are very solid, and the philosophy is solid too. Why'd they fire him then? What happened? Maybe just to pump up the team? All right, yeah, so make sure y'all check out Kahawa Pride is the name of the team in Kenya, and then Jerseybird is the name of the channel and the company. All sports are rigged. Everyone is betting. The betting is killing sports. Absolutely. Yes. I agree. 100%. It's even proven now. People are getting busted all the time. Don't get me started. It's sad, too, because it happens a lot in the NBA, and that's my favorite sport. Online sports betting killed Vegas? Nah, I don't know about that. I don't think anybody wants to travel to Vegas at this point. If you bet Miami straight up without the points for 1K, you win 2.7 to 3K. If you take 7.5 points, that's roughly your money back. Ugh. Yeah, I would take them without the point spread then. Why not? All right, y'all. So I figured we just get straight in to the Renee good stuff. I really want to see what y'all think about it, but let me give y'all my spiel and my opinion on it, and then y'all tell me what you think. We'll start off with the footage. So, parental advisory warning or something. I mean, there's gonna be lots of cuss words. There's gonna be people getting shot. Let's just get into it.
That's fine. U.S. citizen.
So you got the first video that was released here on the right-hand side, and then I've got it synced up with the cell phone video of the ICE officer who shot on the left-hand side, and it's synced up perfectly. We'll go into it more. I'm going to show you some other angles too.
You want to come at us?
I'm sure everybody's seen all these at this point.
Go ahead. No!
Whoa!
Oh my fucking god! What the fuck?
So the important thing is probably going to be where the cop who shoots, I'm not even a cop, the ICE agent who shoots feet are whenever he shoots, especially the second and third shot. All right, there's been several different angles released. I think I got a few of them on here. All right,
as
next
the vehicle
one.
passes, you can see the dark-colored SUV.
So a lot of people haven't seen this one. You can see him the arrow pointing. That is Renee Good's car, and there's the guy here on the left by the door that's open in that SUV. That's the cop, or I'm sorry, the agent who ends up shooting. And what's important here to me to watch is his movement, because he walks over and places himself in a particular position where he wants to be. He wants to be on the front of the car, but on the corner where he knows that he's in a safe position to move if needed. Watch.
Driven by Renee Nicole Good. That's on the right there in the back. The surveillance video taken by a home nearby. Agents can be seen milling about near the vehicle, then converging on it. And then you see right there the SUV begins to move, and that's when the shots are fired.
And when he gets to this spot, you see a little close up here, he stops. That's before the car has moved forward. He stops right there. He made that decision to stop. We'll get into it.
Now, prior to this, the video shows the SUV had been stationary.
But when we synchronize it with the first clip, we can see the agent is not being run over. In fact, his feet are positioned away from the SUV.
I think this next one is, okay, so they released this a few days later, and this is somebody that was videotaping the whole situation like 3 or 4 minutes before she actually got shot. So you're going to see what she was doing to upset the ICE officers in the first place. And I fast forward a little bit, it's 3 minutes long. Now, as her car comes into frame here in a second, it's important to notice what she's doing when the car comes into frame, because you see she's already backing up and trying to leave. And that one actually cuts off before the shooting happens. So a lot of important thing about the cell phone footage was her demeanor. Watch what she says to him. I'm sure you guys already saw it, but she's very calm and she's very polite. She's nice to him.
That's fine, dude. I'm not mad at you. Show your face. I'm not mad at you. That's okay. We don't change our plates every...
So, alright, there's where his feet were when he shot. So on the first one, you can see where his feet are. You can see in the top left-hand corner there, the way her tire is pointing that way. And his feet is on the side. Second shot is the top right-hand side. And he's definitely on the side on that one. But the third shot is the worst, because it's possible that that first shot didn't kill her. The second shot, I don't know, but the third shot, he's shooting her from behind. How are you shooting somebody from behind? Look at it, bottom left. How are you shooting somebody from behind and gonna tell me that it's some self-defense? All right, this is from his perspective here. We're gonna slow it down and look at it a couple times. Keep in mind that he had his camera in his hand. We can go back and look at it again if you want. He's got his camera in his hand. Whenever he sees her turn her wheel, that's when he makes the realization she's about to go, she's about to run. You can see his camera go down because he's pulling out his gun. So he already knows that she's turning away from him. It's right there. And if you see that and you're getting ready to pull out your gun, you don't move your eyes. You're locked into what you're looking at, what you're worried about. So you can see what he sees before he moves his phone down is her turning away. There's no way he doesn't see that. And then you look at the windshield, look where the bullet's at, do some geometry. You can tell that he's not right in front of her, because if he's right in front of her and the bullet's right there, then what's he shooting at? He's shooting to the middle of that front seat if he's shooting at her, which means use your geometry. Draw a red line from where that bullet hole is to the middle of the seat. Now extend that red line out. That's not the front of the SUV. So this was my assessment of what had happened after seeing that one video where it's kind of far away and you can see him stop. It looks to me like the ICE officer placed himself at the corner of the front of the car, a safe spot that gave him time to move before she moved forward. Then he made the decision not to move, which now I'm starting to think maybe he was paying attention to his phone. Maybe he just messed up. But for some reason he didn't move. He could have moved. And if you look into the law, and I didn't get all the laws, screenshots of all the laws, maybe I should have, but one of them says you have to, if you're able to move out of the way, then you have to at least try to move before you shoot somebody, which makes sense. You're not supposed to shoot into a moving vehicle either. But you can see what the reaction from all the people on the right were. First, you had Trump here was saying it's hard to believe that the ICE agent is still alive and he's recovering at the hospital. That dude was not even touched. He might have been bumped a little, if anything. He was not injured at all, but they came straight out and set this narrative as soon as it happened too. I wanted to do the Kristi Noem stuff, but I got too many videos on this one. But Kristi Noem came out and called her super aggressive, a domestic terrorist, and that she attacked. She said, Kristi Noem, and I don't know if you saw the CNN video interview she did the other day, which was really interesting because Jake Tapper grilled her on this because she said the ICE agents were stuck in snow and then Renee Good drove up on them and then attacked them and then tried to hit them with the car. And then the video came out and it's like, that's not at all what happened in any way, shape, or form. J.D. Vance did the same thing, especially when that video came out from the ICE officer who shot her cell phone. He posted a big tweet about, haha, this proves everything was right. The Democrats were lying to you the whole entire time. You can see from this video, the SUV definitely hits the ICE officer, but it doesn't show that at all in the video. It was just like a big gaslight. It was like, this is our chance. We got a new video. If everybody says that this proves it at the same time, then maybe they'll believe it. And that's literally what they tried to do. And since they didn't work, now their next move, like always, is to try to bash the person who ended up being the victim. So they're putting out all this information about her, about this giant rap sheet that she had, saying that she put out her cigarettes on her kids and stuff. And none of it's true. It's all fake. You can like look it up yourself, but the people who believe it don't ever look it up. They just believe it because it fits their narrative. Let me know what y'all think. I'm curious. Tucson says, until sports betting, all those riverboat casinos and native stuff too were already around. When sports betting kicked in, then the effect was felt. Well, I'm over here by Louisville, so we could always go to the track and bet on horses. And then we have the casino boat too around here. So we always had those options. No matter what, it is murder. I don't see how anybody could think otherwise. No one likes, fears, nor respects KD Vance. Shout out to Dr. Strange in the chat. What's up, Doc? What do you think about the Renee Good stuff? So there was this expert that CBS did this big interview with, and he's sitting there going through it step by step and telling everybody about exactly why the ICE officer is wrong. And of course, Barry Weiss, who runs CBS now, completely axed it out of 60 Minutes or out of the CBS lineup completely. They're like, no, we're not showing that. It makes Trump look bad, so they don't show it now. So CBS is basically like state-sponsored news now. And then we have this, I want to see what Dr. Strange thinks. My name Bennett, and I ain't that smart, man. And then we had this other incident that took place a couple of days ago. I don't know if y'all saw it. We got video on this too. I want to do a poll. Maybe we'll do a poll to see what y'all think, since nobody's saying it in the chat. I don't know how to word it though. Do you think Renee was murdered or it was justified? I think we'll do that. Do you think? What's up, C-Spill? Good to see you, my man. Murdered or it was justified? I'm gonna start up a poll to see what you guys think. Guess you can probably tell by my commentary how I feel about it. C-Spill getting a drink. Let's go. All I see is selective outrage. Because when it's people like me, all these soccer moms stayed home. You ain't wrong. Yeah, everybody's got their own tribes that they support. And if you ain't in their tribe, they ain't supporting you. I hate cops. Well, of course you do, too. So I should have known that. That's why you ain't in Tucson no more. They drove you all the way out to Hawaii, poor guy. He had to go live on an island. The cops were so mean to him. All right, so this happened just yesterday, maybe 2 days ago. Yesterday. And this is the Homeland Security's response. They just wrote this today saying that they arrested the guy because of resisting or impeding federal officers. So I'm going to show you the whole video from the beginning and let me know what y'all think. Let's show this one. No problem, Grandma. All right, here we go. This was the Target incident.
You doing all right?
Huh? I'm not doing all right.
What's that?
I'm not doing all right. I'm not doing all right.
I can't
Back up.
So these guys just pull up to Target. There's one kid or one guy standing out there already who's filming it, and he's got another guy with him, the guy who ends up getting arrested. I think they both end up getting arrested. But the dude you're going to see at the end get tackled is 17 years old. He works there at Target, and of course, he's a U.S. citizen.
Yo. See that? Go to the recording. We're here. What y'all doing? Yo, back up.
You good? What's that? You good? Oh, absolutely.
Your face.
Absolutely. Oh, back up. I'm walking here.
Look at this douchebag with his thumbs all up in his belt, a scarf around his neck like he's just coming in here violating people's civil rights. Like, I would be cussing this dude out myself also. Personally, I have no problem with cussing that dude out. Freedom of speech.
Back up.
Like that. Good show.
Hey, that's not a nice guy.
I ain't gonna fuck.
Good.
Fuck you and fuck all y'all. What you gonna do?
Hey, you guys American citizens?
Fuck you.
Huh?
American citizens?
None of your business. That's what.
The wall there.
Fuck you.
All right.
I fast forward to here about 30 or 45 seconds. They were standing out there, but then it starts to go down here whenever he starts trying to take their picture, which is a way that the ICE officers try to intimidate the other people. You can see that also with Renee Good. That's what the guy who shot her was doing at first. And why was he getting out of his truck and pulling out his phone and taking video of her? That's simply an intimidation tactic. There's no other reason to do that. That's what this guy's going to do too.
Fuck every single one of y'all. Look at that.
Just gonna get a pic. Hold on.
Go ahead. Take a pic right there.
All right. Let me get one of this guy here.
Right here.
Appreciate
That.
Fuck you. Huh? Fuck you. Come on. Fuck you. Don't touch me. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you.
Hey, don't touch him. Don't touch him. What are you doing? Come on. Yo.
Fuck you. I work here, bro.
Yeah, he works it.
Touch me. I dare you. Fuck you.
Look at that.
Fuck you. Fuck you. What? Fuck you.
Look at that. Look. Look, they're grabbing him. Look, they're grabbing him. Yo, let him go.
Okay, so a couple things. First off, like I said, this guy's 17 years old and works at Target, and they're tackling this dude. They don't know if he's a U.S. citizen or not. I don't know if he said he was, but I mean, you have no reason to suspect that he's not, besides the fact that he's Hispanic. But a lot of people who are defending this are saying that the kid, the 17-year-old, punched the ICE officer. And I'm not gonna lie, I was replying to people like, what are you talking about, man? Y'all are always making crap up. But then somebody kind of like explained it to me. It's hard to see, but he does actually punch the officer right at the kind of the beginning when they go in the door. I gotta slow down for you like always, but you gotta watch his offhand.
Yeah.
He's got it balled up, and he did throw a punch at him. But is the ICE officer attacking him first? Is that self-defense? What do y'all think? He did punch him, Tucson. But the guy is coming at him and grabbing him and being intimidating. There's kind of a gray area. And this part's really sad. So, like I said, he was an American citizen. 2 hours later, They dropped this kid. He's 17 years old, folks. This is a kid. They dropped him off in the middle of nowhere in some parking lot at a Walmart. Watch. This is crazy. Oh, actually, this is somebody else's footage from it. They had a second angle. But there's also a video of him when he gets picked up.
No, take my phone.
It's the ICE gang, y'all. Taking over the country.
No, I'm not okay. Bro,
This is the kid when he gets picked up 2 hours later. He's bleeding. He's crying. Slammed him on the ground. And he's an American citizen. Didn't do anything. Sitting. He's at work.
Somebody. This is ridiculous.
If he punched the ICE agent so bad, then why did he not get arrested and charged with assaulting an officer or anything like that? And this stuff's happening all the time. And this is kind of the whole point of it that I want to get across to people on the right. When they're like, Obama deported all these illegals. Y'all weren't complaining about that. Nobody was protesting when Obama was deporting everybody. Like, there's a huge difference here. When Obama was president, you didn't have masked men in trucks attacking any Hispanic-looking person that they see on the street. That's literally what's happening. Anybody who claims that's not what's happening, I have more videos. I'll show you. And they're attacking the people that are protesting and yelling at them. Freedom of speech is a thing. I'm allowed to yell at you. Could have shot her tires out for the Renee good one. That's what a lot of people are saying. I agree. I think he wanted to shoot her because they had already annoyed him. And I didn't even mention afterwards, after he shot her, he just says, fucking bitch. So he had that emotion in him. He didn't have an emotion of, oh no, I just shot somebody. Oh no, I'm in trouble. Oh no, she might be dead. No, he was mad. Fucking bitch. It was definitely murder. 100%. And it's crazy that they decided that they're not going to let Minnesota investigate it all. The city, the state, they're all blocked out from the investigation. FBI is doing it all on themselves. And we know we can't trust the FBI. We've already caught them lying in the Charlie Kirk assassination. So why are they blocking everybody off? It's highly unusual. It's the most corrupt administration in the history, well, modern history. I don't know what they did back in the 1700s. I wouldn't be surprised if they was shady too. They always could do things other than murder, but like people say, they aren't trained for that, especially those people in ICE. I'm going to get into that. Yeah, they're not trained for this. Bunch of mall security cops. All right, man, don't you get yourself in trouble, Tucson. They're violent out there. Where do y'all think they did all this stuff first? And when y'all gave this behavior a pass because it wasn't you, it was okay. So I personally call this the boomerang effect. I hear what you're saying, but me personally, I never gave it a pass. We had some good reform, but the problem with capitalism is the people at the top aren't always moral people. And when you're using capitalism and all the wealth is concentrated into 50 people, your society depends on how moral those 50 people are. And now we got one that's president. He's not moral. He's immoral. He should have shot him. Are they only trained to shoot to kill? It almost seems like it, because after that first shot, the last two shots on Renee Good were unnecessary. It's almost like once you take one shot, you got to finish it. So it almost seems like they were. I don't know if that was his mindset or if they're trained that way. Should have just complied. And the people who are saying that are the don't tread on me folks. That's the funny part. Take a pig out, man. You're gonna get a freaking Secret Service at your house, bro. He lives in Hawaii, by the way, y'all. Just because you don't comply doesn't mean you should die. Exactly, and it rhymes. He had malice in him, 100%. Cops shouldn't be emotional. It's kind of hard not to be. I've always thought cops should be paid more, but they should also have a lot more requirements. I think 4-year degrees only if you're gonna be on the streets. Too late for that now. See, Spill. We have to move forward, Doc. All right, I'm just catching up with the chat, y'all. There's lots more about it, whatever, because I wanted to show you guys some other stuff that's going on with the ICE, just to kind of show you like the whole picture right now, because this seems to be getting to the point where it's out of control. So you also had what happened in Chicago a couple months ago. Was this lady, or maybe it was a dude named Martinez, and it was a big story, and the ICE put out the story saying that what had happened was this lady drove her SUV and crashed it into them and then jumped out with an SMG, a machine gun, and started shooting everybody. That's their story, literally their story. None of that shit was true at all. They drove her out of her car, and then they bragged about it afterwards. I got completely dismissed out of court. because they completely lied about the whole thing like they've been doing. And I showed you guys a screenshot last week where a bunch of federal judges got together to complain that the Trump administration has put in a bunch of fake evidence and has lied in all these trials. And that's what they're doing here too. It's like they're told that it's okay to lie at this point. And just so we're clear and we're all on the same page, I want to show you guys a couple of different examples. And I may be a little bit different than other people on the left on something like this. But in a situation like this, in my opinion, if they stopped the car and this guy didn't move and the ICE agent got out and punched this guy in the face, I'm okay with that. Is that just me? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Why are you standing in front of the car? It's stupid. Here's another example. If they want to get out and punch this guy in the face, I'm okay with that. What are you doing? It's stupid. I'm okay with protesting, and I'm okay with the cop or an ICE agent punching a dumb person in the face if they're getting in front of their car. It's better than running them over. So it's not like I'm just completely on the protester side every time. Stupid people can get punched in the face. But when this lady is just trying to leave and you shoot her in the face, that's a whole different story. Here's another situation of a guy who was just yelling from his car, calling them beta males probably, since that's what they are. Not only did they bust his window and pull him out of the car for making fun of him, they tackle him down, and this is in Minnesota, y'all. He puts his knee on his neck in Minnesota where it's illegal because of George Floyd. Right there. That's illegal. I mean, it was illegal to pull him out in the first place. They have no jurisdiction over American citizens. It's getting a bit out of control. And there's lots of videos. I'm not going to do all the videos. I'll show you some screenshots, and you can look them all up. This was saying that it's a leftist agitator in California taking his SUV and ramming ICE agents. Just kidding. It's actually a vehicle that was an unmasked ICE vehicle that attacked Leo Martinez, an American citizen, causing him bodily injury. Then they took him, an American citizen, and sent him to a detention facility. That's the problem. I'm okay with deporting illegals. I'm not okay with tackling and hurting and arresting American citizens or even legal non-citizens. There's an agent in Minneapolis. We're seen arresting a teenager without verifying his identity first, and they admit to it on camera. And the teenager is telling them, I've got ID, it's in the house, I could just go show you. And they're like, no, we don't care, you're Hispanic looking. We're going to beat you up and put you in the car because you're Hispanic looking. Who is okay with this? And the whole right-wing argument will be like, we got to get rid of the illegals. And nobody over here, I mean, some people, but I'm not saying that's a bad thing. Do what you got to do, but you can't do that. Obama deported way more illegals, and he didn't have to beat up random Hispanics on the street to do it. I watched this live stream. This is a really good live stream. The guy, what's his name? Status Quo or Status Coup. Anyway, he does a live stream from the Minnesota protest like all day, every day. He's probably live right now. He's been live for like the last 3 or 4 days. And if you go to this video and watch it, you can see where they end up started to shoot him with some kind of pellets. The ICE agents just start shooting everybody in the crowd. Both these guys get hit. This other girl gets like hit really bad. And there's no, I mean, they're peacefully protesting. He's just interviewing people. And they're just shooting randomly really hard pellets that are leaving like big marks and stuff. Like, what the hell's going on? And as you can see, just another guy, a U.S. resident, but he's Hispanic, so they beat the shit out of him because he's Hispanic. That's literally what's happening. And there's so many examples. Like, I ran out of time to have all the examples on here. And that's another problem, Tucson. ICE is all Proud Boys, yeah, and J6ers. And that's why they wear masks, because you can't identify them. They might have murderers out there. We wouldn't know because they're wearing masks. We can't identify them, which isn't that against the Constitution? Like, that's why a police officer has to identify himself whenever he comes up to you. How is that not the same for an ICE agent? That's not a local law. That's a federal law. It's blowing my mind. It's called reparative justice, and the United States has made many whole again, including the slave owners, but not the descendants of slavers. Makes sense, right? It's all about who's got the money. Get ready to die for your beliefs. I don't know about all that. Good point, C-Spill. Not just about life. There's generative damage. Yeah, just like wealth was passed down, so was poverty, along with laws to keep those, like the redlining. There's tons of it, yes, I agree. It's something that people don't like to admit happens, just like people don't like to admit the Southern strategy happened, and they want to say that the Democrats are actually the most racist of the two parties, even though it's like, we can see who's in your party and who's in the other party. Like, come on. Here's another thing they keep doing that's illegal. I think there's 2 of them here.
Get back, I'm gonna shoot you. You're gonna what? You're gonna shoot me?
Yeah, they're just pulling guns on people now, on citizens. This one's ridiculous. This lady ain't doing nothing. He just pulled out.
He pulled out his fucking gun.
That's against the law. Nobody's doing any of this stuff. And the people that they're employing, as we were just talking about, are not good people. One of the ICE agents was busted trying to solicit sex from a minor. And of course, these dudes, and I saw it on video, whenever they arrested some drunk driving ICE agent, they're like, but I'm ICE, boys, we cannot, and they probably, half the time, that probably works. They're probably like, oh, you're ICE? Yeah, we'll let you go. I don't know. And I'm sure, I don't know if y'all saw this. Dude was caught going into a porta potty with a detainee. The ICE agent with the detainee. First he bites the dust, which was hilarious. Okay. And then I think they came out today and said, no, that's a dude. Does that explain it? Well, that was their explanation. No, it's a dude though. So? Is it okay that your ICE agent is going into a porta potty with the detainee? Whether it is a dude, it's not a dude, it's a girl. They're picking these people up and being like, if you give me some head or you let me hit that, I'll let you go. Guarantee that's what just happened. What else was that? Anybody want to give me a better explanation? That was straight up saying, let me hit that and you can go home. So right after the Nicole Good shooting happened, for some reason, Kristi Noem decided to sign a new policy that doesn't allow congressmen to visit the ICE facilities anymore, which also, like everything else, against the law. Like, that's their job. The congressmen are supposed to be checking in on these ICE facilities, and I think it was Ilhan Omar who went to one like yesterday or 2 days ago, and they wouldn't let her in. And again, they're just breaking the law and no consequences whatsoever. Party more or less racist than the other, I disagree 100%. You already know I disagree with you on that one, Doc. It's negotiation. It still doesn't make them whole. So, all right. Before we move on from the ICE stuff, let's do a palate cleanser.
Pussy! Fucking pussy! Fucking pussy! Yeah, fucking pussy!
Somebody hit the dust. I got a second angle for you. ICE versus ICE. ICE wins. And the crowd goes wild. Okay. So I thought this was a good tweet that somebody made about what's going on right now. He said, MAGA always assumes that whenever people are moved to political action that they must be paid to do so. They're always saying that all the protesters are paid, which doesn't make any sense at all. I'm like, sure, there's some groups that have incomes that this is considered part of their working hours. Okay, but you're talking about thousands and thousands and thousands of people. Nobody's paying all these people. People are upset. And the reason why they don't understand it is because MAGA doesn't understand how it's possible to care about anything other than themselves. And this is the theme I've been saying for a long time. A long time ago, I've told people that anytime that you're on the road driving and you see somebody not use their turn signal and they have a political bumper sticker, right wing every time. Because these are people who don't have empathy. That's the difference between left and right. The people on the right don't have empathy. They only care about what affects them personally. That's why they have no problem with having a dictator as long as the dictator is on their side. Of course, if they had a dictator on the other side, they would not be okay with that. But they're okay with Trump because it's on his side because they have no empathy. They only think about what affects them. A lot of people have been posting this ode speech that Kamala did during the election when she tried to tell everybody that Trump intends to use the military against American citizens. Well, she was right. And on the other hand, what Trump was telling everybody is that if you elect Kamala, we're going to have a bunch of new foreign wars. Well, what happened there? We got a whole bunch of new foreign wars, and it was all Trump. And doing all these ICE actions, he's not even keeping up with the last 4 presidents on the amount of people that he's deporting. So if you have to go through all of this and violate people's civil rights because it's such an important issue to get all these people deported, then how are you not even keeping up with these numbers? And Biden and Obama and Bush, they didn't have to have masked agents attacking any Hispanic they see on the street to get those numbers. They did it in a way that was not violating everybody else's rights. You understand? This is the difference between what Obama did and what Trump's doing. Now you got Department of Labor tweeting stuff like this. Our homeland, one people, one heritage. Is that not some Nazi shit? That's Nazi shit. What does one heritage mean? One people? Brah, they on some straight white supremacist stuff straight from the government. This was kind of crazy. So President Trump decided that he was going to veto a bill that Congress passed. The Senate and the House of Representatives both passed it. And it was a bill for clean drinking water in Colorado. And Trump vetoed it. And why did he veto it? Because, let's see. Because they won't release Tina Peters, the lady who helped try to cheat in the election. She turned off the cameras and let some strange guy come in and mess around with the voting machines because she thought the election was stolen. Or is it because of Lauren Boebert voting to release the Epstein files? So it's all a personal thing. Like, there's no reason whatsoever that he would veto this bill to give Colorado citizens clean drinking water. And if Trump is for the people, then why would he take away clean drinking water from people just to satisfy one of his vendettas against some other politician? It's crazy. I don't know, C-Spill, are we getting the $2,000 thing that everybody was supposed to get by the end of the year? They asked Trump about it the other day, and he had forgotten completely about it. He was like, the what? Oh, yeah, you'll get it by the end of this year, is what he said. I don't trust nothing he says. So apparently somebody, and I don't know if this is true, I only saw it one place from Keith Edwards, he's a big YouTuber. Apparently there were leaked photos from within the offices of the place where they're doing the construction on the White House, and it reveals that Trump is now considering destroying the West Wing too. I say go for it. That'll make people mad. Everybody's mad right now at him anyway, but okay, so I thought this was funny. Some people say it's completely normal. I would say that if Joe Biden did this, everybody on the right at least, everybody would say that he has dementia. Watch what happens when Trump held this this board meeting with a bunch of oil executives.
Industry. But here we are. And if you look, come to think of it, well, I got to look at this myself. Wow. What a view. This is the door to the bar. What a view. Unusual time to look, but I figure we might as well do it. If the fake news would like to go back and take a look.
Yeah, it's kind of wild. He just gets up in the middle of the meeting and does some old man stuff. Like, that's straight up dementia stuff. He just wanders off and looks out the window. Like, what are you doing, bro? But if it was Biden, this would be the biggest story in America right now. But with Trump, they're just like, do whatever you want. I hear what you're saying, C-Spill, and I saw a little bit about, apparently Trump was talking about limiting credit card interest to 10%, but Trump is the person who got rid of the Consumer Financial Protection Board, and that was the board that took care of all these fees that the banks were charging that they weren't supposed to, that the credit card companies were charging. So if he really cared about that, then he went and got rid of the CFPB, so I would not trust him on that. And he makes a lot of promises that he doesn't keep. Another thing that Trump did that, once again, if Biden would have done this, people would be going crazy. Did y'all see this?
All right, thank you. You'll make it back one way or the other. You're all going to do very well. I think
Rubio passes
very
him a
well.
note.
Marco just gave me a note. Go back to Chevron. They want to discuss something. Go ahead. I'm going back to Chevron, Marco. Thank you, Marco.
That was supposed to be a private note that he was supposed to read to himself, but can Trump read to himself? I don't think so. And also, like, how is ExxonMobil the people that are just running the government now? So Rubio passes this note to Trump. Trump doesn't understand what's happening. And once again, another thing that Biden, if he would have done it, this would show that he for sure has dementia, is what they would say. You got Polymarket happening right now. Polymarket just puts out like tweets about international news now, which is weird. And I really want to dig into Polymarket sometime, do a deep dive, because I want people to understand like what the goal of Polymarket is. I haven't heard anybody really explain this yet. Maybe people aren't seeing it. But the point here is to make Polymarket and stuff like it I think Kalshi's another one. These betting platforms, really, really big and really, really popular, to the point where they start to control the narratives, and then the rich people can control what all the percentages are, because Polymarket is all about putting the money in. So let's say everybody's looking at Polymarket as if it was a poll and valuing what it's saying more than the regular polls that we're used to. And that's kind of what happened during the last election. So now you have the poll, and let's say it's at 48% and 48% right before the election. Elon Musk comes in and just bumps in, throws in 10 billion. And now Polymarket, that everybody's been watching and keeping track of, says that his candidate has now a 25% chance of winning. And it skews everybody's idea of who's really in the lead, and all he had to do was just pump his money into it. And you see how they can control everything there? You can't let this Polymarket stuff take over like news. And they Kalshi just partnered with CNN? What they're trying to get us towards is where they can control the narrative by just pumping money into particular subjects like this. That's the plan. Trump just fired. I heard a story about one of the oil executives said that he smelled like raw beef or something. He kept farting. I don't know if it's true. I don't know about that one. He said, play it again. You liked it? I thought he looked like he had dementia to me. It's basically an underground AI data center like Israel has. It's why he invited Bibi back a few weeks ago. Are we talking about what they built under the East Wing? I know that there's like some kind of bomb shelter down there, right? Polymarket part of Polygon? No, but I think you have to use crypto. They might have changed that. For a while there, you had to use crypto in order to bet. And then, of course, apparently we're taking over Greenland. Like, who's on board for that one? Trump says whether they like it or not, if we don't do it the easy way, we'll do it the hard way. Again, Greenland is a part of the NATO, right? And Greenland says if they're attacked, Danish troops are set to launch an immediate counterattack without waiting for orders. So the whole argument here for Greenland that Trump is making, and of course, just like Venezuela, it's a complete lie. The whole Venezuela lie was about, it's about the drugs, but really they wanted the oil. Greenland now, they're saying that it's about security. Of course, they want the natural resources. But his whole argument is that if we don't take Greenland, then China or Russia will take Greenland. Well, if China or Russia try to take Greenland, then that would trigger NATO, and then they would have to fight all of NATO. So now if you take Greenland and defy NATO, now we end that partnership, we end that alliance, and now we're less safe than even if China or Russia would have got it, because we now don't have our alliance anymore, and we have nobody that has our back. And he's saying we don't want Russia to be our neighbor, but what's her name? Sarah Palin can see Russia from her house in Alaska. Like, Russia is right by Alaska. We're already their neighbor. Greenland's a lot farther away from America than Alaska is to Russia. I mean, come on. None of it makes sense. And of course, it's just another way that they want to get rich by stealing all their natural resources. I'm glad to see that that NATO and European allies are pushing back on it. He says he's definitely going to do it, though. And now that Europe's saying we're not going to let you, it's going to be interesting to see what happens next. Apparently, he told his military leaders to draw up plans for invasion, and they said they wouldn't do it because it was illegal. I haven't seen a whole lot verifying that. And I don't really exactly know the details about it, but it sounds like he wanted to do it, and people were like, "No, we ain't doing that." Someone needs to do a welfare check. Who y'all talking about? Lord? America's GDP has declined, so now it must plunder. I don't think it has. Right now it's going up because of AI. And like y'all mentioned, we got the Iran stuff going on. I don't even know why they're protesting. I feel like maybe the Trump regime might have had something to do with that. I don't know. I saw something on Twitter right before I went live where they said Trump is set to attack Iran today or soon. So there's a bunch of protests going on, and apparently the government shot a bunch of the protesters. It's like I said earlier, or like I said last week, I already learned about Palestine and Israel. I've already learned about Ukraine and Russia. I've just had to learn about Venezuela. I'm about tired. I don't care about Iran. I mean, I do care about Iran, but I don't want to get into it. I haven't studied it yet. I know about the stuff that happened in the past, but I don't know why they're protesting right now. Depends on if you believe it's a flat earth or not. I would hope you don't believe that. I know Tucson believes it. We got some people in my Discord server that believe it. We argue about it sometimes. Where's my one dude at? He's hardcore flat earther. He will argue about it all day. All right, only a couple more things that I've got for the politics section today. Trump is funding Grok for military use. So this was just announced, and if you couldn't tell, this is called a bribe. So they're trying to give more money to Elon Musk so that Elon Musk is going to support their candidates in the upcoming midterms. So they give him another government contract, but yet they want to talk about all this government waste and fraud. And then they're giving Elon Musk, literally just giving him a big bribe so that he continues to support their people. And at the same time, you got Trump, the organization, launching a $10 billion set of developments in Saudi Arabia. So the only people, like it says, the only people making money in this economy right now are the Trumps and the Musks. It's really those top 50, the 0.001% people. They're just getting richer and richer and richer, and all the rest of us poorer and poorer and poorer. Show me that the earth is flat. I mean, I don't believe it. But if somebody wanted to come on here and try to convince me, I'm open-minded. Is ice in Indiana? Not this time of year. Probably next month it should start snowing. No, probably in Indianapolis maybe. No, they only go to the blue states, bro. This is completely political. They only go to blue states, even though the red states got like much higher percentages of murder and things like that and violent crimes. It's all about who voted for Trump. And it's a little bit of an intimidation tactic so that when the next election comes, it's almost like, if you don't vote for our people, we're going to send ice to your town. It's kind of crazy. Globular Earth theory is relatively new. Yeah, that's true, but we also have satellites and cameras from outer space and lots of other things. Do you want to hear something insane? Trump made 75 times more money than the last 18 presidents combined in only 11 months. Emoluments clause. Again, do you want to hear something insane? Trump made 75 times more money than the last 18 presidents combined in only 11 months. All right, let's move on to tech. That's wild. I didn't mean to have this already up like that, but since it's already up, and then I know that VV fam is in the house. Did y'all see this? Did this make any waves in the VV community? Because, of course, I don't pay attention to the VV community much, but I do know Metaverse Drops. He's a homie, and he's been in this affiliate program, and he's got all this information showing like all this money he should have made from the VV affiliate program. And not only are they not paying him, they're just telling him, like, nah, you're full of it. You're never going to get it. So it's like, what's VB doing over there? And I try to ask him, I'm like, do they even go through Dan and Dave anymore? Is everything through Dr. Profit? I don't know. So if you're affiliate Dr. Strange over there, let me know. Are you doing the affiliate thing? And other people were replying to this comment saying that they were having the same problems as well. Grandma Moore says a very bad look for Trump. Which one? Just showed you like 20 bad looks for Trump, in my opinion. Impact is the worst affiliate marketing organization. Is that who VB's doing it with? Well, that figures. The guy even put his own money and time in, and he got duped by the affiliates. Yeah, of course, man. I can't even mess with no BB no more. Crazy. Now I got like 600 something gems I got to do something with, so I probably will mess with BB still, but I definitely didn't mess with that affiliate program. I saw from the beginning that it didn't make no sense. I forget what all the metrics were behind it. Yeah, the metrics didn't make sense to me either exactly. Like I mentioned, Bitcoin is up a little bit today. 94,000, headed back up to 100K. I'm not exactly sure why, with all the stuff going on. Imagine we didn't even talk about the stuff going on with the Federal Reserve. I'm surprised that the markets haven't reacted poorly to the fact that the head of the Federal Reserve and Trump are beefing. Yeah, but anyway, we got a drop, and usually the Prism drops are on Fridays. So for some reason, if you're listening, you just got some alpha. They just moved the drop for the NFL Panini Prism packs to tomorrow. The drop is tomorrow at, I'm guessing, like 11 a.m. like usual, right? I'll go back and check. Probably 11 a.m. I'll probably live stream it. I'm a little worried about it. So it's football, it's NFL, it's a Panini drop. The last 4 or 5 Panini drops have all been profitable. Even the ones before that probably, but I didn't get into it until the last 4 or 5 drops. This one has, what's it, 48,000 packs, 46,000. Sorry, it's smaller on my screen. I can't see it very well. You get 4 NFTs per pack, but that is a lot of packs. Edition size is very high on this drop. And the new thing is, you now have to KYC in order to go for the drop. Now, that isn't what it used to be in the past, and a lot of people have been complaining that the bots were buying all the packs and selling them back up on the market, because of course they were. However, as we know from BB, sometimes that's a good thing. So I'm worried with 40,000 packs. It's on a Wednesday instead of a Friday, and you have to KYC to go for the packs. Is it even going to sell out? It's $35 a pack. I was talking to Rob T about it before we went live. I mean, maybe the smart move would be to buy a couple packs and open them and try to hit a 1 of a good player. Let me know if y'all are going for this, what your strategy is going to be on this. Let me check. That's interesting on the poll. I just realized I forgot to check the poll from earlier. Do you think Renee Good was murdered or it was justified? Straight up, 50% on that, 50-50. 50% say murdered, 50% say justified. I don't know how anybody could say justified personally, but it's interesting that we've got 50-50 on that with 10 votes. So yeah, I guess I'm going to stream the drop. It's an NFL drop. I hear they might be losing the NFL license just like they lost the NBA license. I don't know about what my strategy is going to be yet, though. I got to talk to Red Hot Snacks and Wap Mammoth and see what everybody's doing. Someone made a few thousand, however, should have made more, allegedly. So at least they're paying a few people, but yeah, they're probably paying the people they like. That's what that's all about. Oh, it's still pumping? All right, yeah, no, I took that screenshot about an hour ago. Everyone's pushing back against the Federal Reserve thing. Are the people on the right pushing back? They never push back. And then Rob T's got Monero that he's been telling me about forever, and I never bought any. Like I said, now I know when Rob T says something to buy it, but I will pull it up and see what Monero's all about. I think I tried to look it up once to kind of get an idea of what it even was. I thought Monero, wasn't that, Monero, isn't that a beer? Golly, look at this, just straight up. Should have twisted my arm and made me buy it. Oh, it just pumped big, too. So yeah, and apparently Rob T's had it for a while because he's been telling me about Monero for a while. You probably heard me read his comments about Monero several times. We didn't listen to him. We didn't buy any. And his bad boy is pumping. He says it's not a good time to get into it right now. Of course, you never want to buy into a pump. But dang, it's up 478% over the year. Yeesh. I was looking at some other stuff too. I don't know why certain stuff is pumping and certain stuff isn't. Any of you guys do Banker Coin? I know it's big in the VB community. Baker Coin's been pumping. I checked Chuck. If y'all remember Chuck, I made a lot of money on Chuck. Chuck to $1. Chuck is not going to $1. It's not pumping at all. So, I mean, this wasn't too big of a pump. But I was watching, who was I watching? What's Danny's name? The BB guy. I was watching Danny, and he was talking about Banker pumping a little bit. And also Debbie was looking good. Wonder if they upped the pack limit since KYC? They should have not upped it. I think they did up it because it's at 48,000. Last one was like 30,000 something. Oh, the limit. Last time was 10 or 12? No, it was way smaller. Oh, I think it was 10. WNBA? It might have been 10. I didn't max mint. That's why I thought it was less. I might have bought 5 or 6. Hard to remember because they have so much time in between drops. It's not about who they like because it's not BB paying or working with the links. It's Impact. Oh, it's Impact. Yeah, I don't know much about Impact. What other platforms do they work with? That's my first time ever hearing about them. VB Super Bowl commercial with Avengers trailer. Bruh, there's no way VB is ever going to have a Super Bowl commercial. We've been saying that for 5 years. We tried to talk them into it, and they were like, I think it was Rev Alex. He's like, yeah, we got the money for it. We could do it. But instead, we're going to do this focused advertising. Like, how'd that work out for you? I feel like one Super Bowl commercial could have really pumped it like crazy. It's too late now. If Impact doesn't report it, they don't have to pay out, and VB still gains a new possible user. So then VB can, like, not take responsibility for it. Of course, that's why they did it, right? I'm going to say no on that one. Danny DeBull, thank you, Dr. Strange. I don't know why I couldn't think of his name. I haven't watched it in a while. But yeah, Danny DeBull was live a minute ago. I think actually Digital Vibes is live right now. I saw him going live doing a tier list of BB NFTs. And let's see, that's pretty much everything I have for tech today. Let me go ahead and pull that back up. Go to everything else. I still got my Christmas stuff on the everything else. Show you some sales on eBay. And like I was telling Rob T, I'm about to go on, not really vacation. We're going on a trip. Leave it on Saturday. Braylon's, my son's birthday, 15th birthday is on Monday. And what he wants for his birthday is to go visit his girlfriend in Virginia. Like we did a couple months ago. We're going back. Already got the hotel. Let me go to my listings over here. And we're going to spend a few days there, come back on Tuesday. The problem is we're leaving Tuesday morning, so I don't know if I'll be back in time to do the live stream next Tuesday, but I might just do it without having any graphics or videos or anything, and, you know, just going through whatever I have bookmarked on Twitter. Won't be as fun, but better than nothing, I guess. So that might be the plan for next week. Man, this was pretty dope right here. I don't even know what this is. Here, let me show y'all the video on it. So I bought this from the auction. Paid like $5 for it. I looked it up and I could tell that it was something that was worth a lot. It sold for $70. Is it freezing up on me? I hope it don't freeze. Super rare cards and collectibles show in Virginia. Ooh, if that's for real. Do you live by there, Rob T? That's scary for me. I might spend too much money. All right, this is gonna freeze up on me. So this is this weird game. I try to play it because I did a video, as you'll see. I'm afraid to play it and mess up my live stream. But I did a video which helped it sell. And I could never figure out like the object of the game. This was like a weird 1970s, 1983 game from Radio Shack. And it sold for $70. It was a great sell. But I could never figure out like what the whole point of the game was. I'll try to play the video. Yeah, this is it. Called Caveman. It doesn't actually blink like that. I think that's... I don't know. Maybe it does blink like that. So yeah. That was one of my better sells of the last couple of days. I just shipped that off yesterday. And like I said, I don't know nothing about that game. If I did live by there, I would go with you. Yes, I might be hanging out with Mr. B. I told him I'm coming down, and he lives in that area. And then I've been buying these Alani shirts. I keep finding them. I think it's some kind of energy drink. I found another one that had Prime on it too, and they're selling for like $50 to $80 each, and I've been getting them for like a couple of dollars. So yeah, some good sales this week. Oh, this is, I think I showed you all that last week. This is the one my son found that had the autograph on it that sold for like $80. And then, yeah, that's about it. Like I said, I'm going on vacation. Well, not really vacation. I'm pretty much going to be hanging out at the hotel and dropping my kid off at the mall where he's going to meet up with his girlfriend and probably spend like 3 or 4 or 5 hours there each day. And then hopefully one day we'll go down to Washington, D.C., because last time we were there, it was during the shutdown and we couldn't go to the museums. So I really want to go to a couple of those museums. I want to go by and take a picture in front of the Kennedy Center, because right now it has the Donald J. Trump Kennedy Center. And I know that whenever the next president comes in, that's going to be gone. So that's only going to be there for a few years. So I got to get in there and get a picture while it's there. Appreciate you, Doc. It ain't, like I said, it ain't really a vacation. It's a birthday present for my son. But I like hanging out in hotels. So I might be online talking trash because I have nothing else to do. So check me out on Twitter. Might even do a live stream there. Who knows? Who knows? I'll bring my iPad, so maybe. Trump on high alert about coming into the vicinity. Don't let him know. Yeah, don't tell people, man. I wouldn't mind going down there and seeing the protests, but I'd be afraid that they would try to recruit me. And I might be the type of person to jump in and be like, give me a sign and a paycheck, right? Just kidding. All right, everybody, that's all I got for you today. This is our Tuesday live stream. Like I said, next Tuesday, I might go live. If so, it's going to be a little ghetto. But after that, I'm starting a new job, so we'll see how it goes from here. I'll do my best to keep this live stream going because I like hanging out with you guys every week. I like being able to give my opinions, although some people don't like them so much. I like being able to get that out there. I feel like it's a little bit cathartic, and it's good to have you guys in the chat and hear what you guys think about it as well. So shout out to everybody in the chat. Thank you guys for hanging out with me today. I appreciate it. I'm going to be live tomorrow for the Panini drop if you want to hang out with me for that. I don't necessarily know if it's going to be profitable, but I'm going to live stream it. So make sure you come and hang out with me tomorrow, or come to Virginia and hang out with me and Rob T and Mr. B, because Rob T's coming to Virginia. Maybe, maybe not. All right, everybody. Have a great week, and I will see you on the next one. Later.